At the beginning of the story, we see Elliot and his daughter Ridley, who were on their way to a meeting in the car. After Ridley's mother passed away, she didn't like leaving her father alone, so she often used to go with him to his business meetings. Recently, a lot of pimples had come out on her face. So, on the way, her father was advising her not to overthink things so much. This happens to everyone at this age. Now, the man with whom Elliot had to close the deal called. He started shouting angrily at Elliot, saying that you are late for the meeting. Elliot apologized and made a lot of excuses. But suddenly, the network went off and the call got disconnected. Now, Elliot started driving fast so he could reach quickly. Suddenly, an animal came onto the road and the car hit it. After that, the car spun and stopped at the side of the road. After a while, everything calmed down a bit. Elliot asked his daughter Ridley, "Are you okay?" Seeing that everything was normal, both of them got out of the car and went to check on the animal. Ridley saw that it was not an ordinary animal. It was a strange kind of horse with a horn on its head. That means it was a unicorn. The most surprising thing was that blue blood was flowing from its wand. Elliot got angry because he was already running late. But Ridley was shocked after seeing that strange unicorn. She had never seen such a creature before. Just then, a yellow light started shining from the unicorn's horn. Without thinking, Ridley reached out her hand and touched it. As soon as she touched the horn, she started seeing strange things. Everything became blurry in front of her eyes. Then she heard her father's voice and came back to her senses. She saw that her father was killing the unicorn. Ridley screamed and told him to stop. But Elliot ignored her and didn't stop until the unicorn was completely dead. After a while, they reached Mr. Odell's mansion, where they had to finalize the deal. The strangest thing was that Elliot took the unicorn's corpse and put it in his car. Elliot parked the car outside and went inside. There, he shook hands with Odell's son, Shepard. Finally, Elliot went to Odell's room and apologized for being late. That's when he found out that Odell was very sick. Now he only had a few days left. Elliot started making excuses and tried to convince him. Just then, Ridley started remembering everything that happened with the unicorn today. Seeing her, Odell asked, "Girl, are you alright?" Ridley lied and said, "Yes, I'm fine." Then Shepard asked her about the pimples on her face. Elliot interrupted and told Ridley to go wash her face in the bathroom. Actually, he just wanted to send her away from there. He didn't want Ridley to spoil the deal by telling the truth. After stepping out, Ridley kept looking towards the car again and again. She was looking very nervous. At that moment, a guard who was watching her started feeling something strange. When he went near the car, he felt like something was wrong. Maybe something is hidden in the car. Meanwhile, Ridley went to the bathroom and washed her face. When she looked in the mirror, all the pimples on her face had disappeared. When she looked at the towel, there was blue blood on it. Unicorn's blood. On the other side, Odell told Elliot, "I've tried every kind of treatment. Nothing worked. Now, I'm just waiting for death." Odell also said that he's only making the deal so that his company and family will be safe. After his death, he even gave the responsibility of his son Shepard to Elliot. Meanwhile, Ridley was surprised because all the marks on her face had completely disappeared. That too, because of the unicorn's blood. After thinking for a while, she realized that the unicorn's blood is magical. It can heal human diseases. At that moment, the unicorn horn line in the car started glowing softly again. When Ridley went back to Elliot, she wanted to tell her father about this. But her father's full attention was only on this deal. Ridley asked her father about the unicorn. Elliot said, "If you listen to me and behave well today, then after that, whatever you ask, I'll agree to it." But before the conversation could finish, something strange started happening in the car. The unicorn line inside started moving. Seeing this, Elliot quickly went to Odell and apologized to him. He said that he needed to go somewhere urgently right now. "I'll meet you later." But Odell got angry and started saying that you don't care about anyone else's time at all. "You're a useless man." Elliot explained, "Sir, it's really urgent right now, otherwise why would I leave? Tell me." Just then, a guard came to Ridley and asked, "Why do you look so worried?" Ridley was just about to answer when suddenly there was a loud noise from Elliot's car. Everyone ran outside to see what had happened. Suddenly, the unicorn came back to life and started breaking the car to get out. Seeing this, everyone got really scared because the unicorn looked very strange and scary. At that moment, the guard immediately fired his gun and killed the unicorn right there. Elliot was so frightened that he couldn't say a word. Then he told Odell and his family everything that happened on the way. Everyone was shocked after hearing what he said. Then Ridley decided to tell the truth. He told Odell that the blue blood of the unicorn had cured all the pimples that were coming out on his face. Odell was shocked to hear this and asked if he was feeling anything strange on his body. Ridley said no, everything is perfectly fine. Ridley said that they should call animal control so they can come and take the unicorn away. But Odell refused. He said that if the government finds out, they might misuse this creature. That's why he said that we have to handle everything ourselves. At night, Elliot went to his daughter's room to check on her. He asked her why she was so sad. Ridley said that when she touched the unicorn's horn, she started seeing some strange things. Elliot didn't believe her and said maybe it was just a dream. But Ridley started gathering more information about the unicorn. She found out that this creature is part of many old stories. There was a time when a royal family kept it as a pet. Later, when they found out about its magical powers, they killed it so they could get its strength. After some time, the unicorn came back to life and took revenge on the whole family. After reading this story, Ridley got even more scared. After sleeping, she started having nightmares. She saw that she was running in the forest, and then when she looked down, she was inside the unicorn's body herself. She woke up out of fear. She couldn't understand what was happening. As soon as she opened her eyes, some strange men were standing in front of her. They tied her and Elliot up. They turned out to be some scientists whom Odell had called so they could test what effect the blue blood had on them. After the test was over, Ridley told her father everything about the dream. Elliot said to forget about all this, don't think too much. Meanwhile, the doctors finished testing the unicorn's blood and found out that it was very strange blood. It can cure any human disease. The scientists told Odell about this and said that only by using it on someone would they know for sure. As soon as Odell heard this, he became happy. He said, "Give me the injection now." The doctors prepared the injection and gave it to Odell. Seeing this, Ridley became sad. She started saying that all of you will regret this, and then she ran towards the forest for some peace. Meanwhile, the scientists saw that blood was still flowing in the unicorn's veins. This means they can keep drawing its blood for quite a while. Meanwhile, as Ridley was walking in the forest, she felt like someone was watching her. She looked around, but there was no one there. Out of fear, she quickly came back home. At night, Elliot went to Odell and asked how he was feeling. Odell said, "I'm feeling much better, brother. The treatment is working." Hearing this, Elliot was very happy and prayed that you get completely well soon. Meanwhile, Ridley was still gathering more information about the unicorn. Odell's son Shepard saw her and decided to help her. He gave her his printer so Ridley could print out the unicorn's photos and information to read them easily. Just then, his father Odell suddenly appeared in front of him. Now he was looking completely fine. Odell immediately called all the doctors and ordered them to extract as much blue blood as possible so that he could always have a cure for any illness with him. But the doctor said that this is not possible. This blood also has a time limit. After that, it becomes useless. Ridley was scared by what had happened to Odell a little while ago. But even then, she gathered courage and continued her research. A few hours later, she found out some very frightening things. She went straight to Odell and said, "Listen carefully." Ridley explained that the blood you have put into your body is very powerful, and if you take too much of it, you could even die. She also said that for centuries, people have been using unicorn blood, but every time, it has ended badly for them. In every story, the unicorn came back to life and killed them. As expected, Odell ignored what she said. He said that he would show the unicorn to the whole world and that Ridley didn't need to say much more about it. Ridley felt really bad because of the way Odell behaved. After that, Odell's wife went after Ridley. She comforted her, saying, "Don't worry, my child will figure something out." Ridley, upset and angry, went and sat in her car. Because even her father, Elliot, didn't believe her either. He was just agreeing with whatever Odell said. Meanwhile, Odell and the doctors got the unicorn ready. They packed it in a bag so they could take it from the mansion to the city. While they were getting ready to take the unicorn away, suddenly the power went out in the whole mansion. At that same moment, the machine the doctors had started giving off a very strong signal. This signal meant that the unicorn was still alive. Ridley, who was sitting in the car, came out and looked up at the sky. She started seeing strange colors. Elliot quickly went to the doctors to ask what was happening, but none of the doctors could understand anything. Suddenly, one of the doctors died. He was injured by the unicorn's horn. When Elliot looked closely, he realized that it was another unicorn that killed the doctor, not the one that died earlier. The guards kept firing bullets, but it had no effect on the unicorn. It was very powerful and started killing all the guards one by one. Seeing all this, Elliot quickly called out to Ridley and told her to get in the car and leave immediately. As soon as Ridley sat in the car, the unicorn attacked her fiercely. It ran towards her with full force. The other guards tried to stop it with their weapons, but it was all in vain. Ridley got out of the car and ran to save her life. But the unicorn did not stop chasing her. In the end, she hid inside the horse stable. But the unicorn reached there too. The strange thing was that as soon as the unicorn came close to her, it became calm. Its horn started shining with a bright light. It seemed like something strange was about to happen. Ridley stepped forward and gently touched its horn. Just then, a female guard arrived and, joining the other guards, started shooting again. At last, the unicorn ran away from there and things became calm for a while. After that, everyone went back inside the bungalow. Ridley became very angry with her father. She shouted and said, "I kept telling you people again and again, but nobody believed me." Ridley still told everyone else to send that little unicorn back to its parents. This is the only way to stop everything. But nobody paid attention to what the girl said. Odell decided to do the opposite. He said, "Why should we let it go? Let's catch its parents too." He formed a team of hunters and set out towards the forest to catch the unicorn. Elliot too is getting ready to go with them. But Ridley came to him and tried to stop him. She cried and said, "Don't go to the forest." But as usual, Elliot didn't listen. He said, "I can't leave Odell alone, so I have to go." Meanwhile, Shepard went to the doctor to collect a sample of the unicorn's blood. He thought that this blood would give him a lot of strength and then he would be able to face any danger. He dried the blood and made it into a powder, then sniffed it through his nose. As soon as he used the blood, strange things started happening to him. His body started to change. He couldn't understand what was happening to him. At that same moment, Ridley also started feeling something bad. She thought of getting into the car and running away. But at the last moment, she changed her mind. She didn't want to leave her father alone. Just then, she saw a strange, bright light in the sky. She quickly got out of the car, went inside the mansion, and started looking at her research papers, trying to understand what that light was. After searching for a while, she finally found out the truth. She got scared and immediately called Elliot. She told him to come back quickly. Unicorns have set traps in the forest. If they go there, they won't come back alive. But Elliot didn't even pick up the phone. Ridley ran to the guard and explained the whole situation. She explained that they have to do something quickly, otherwise everything will be finished. Quickly contact the people who went into the forest. They are in serious danger. Meanwhile, the doctor was trying to cut the unicorn's horn. The strange thing was that the horn kept glowing, as if it was full of energy. Just then, Elliot got the message. But by then, it was already too late. Suddenly, the unicorn appeared in front of them and started killing all the hunters one by one. Elliot wore night vision goggles and spotted the exact location of the unicorn. He quickly grabbed Odell and both of them ran back to the mansion. But the danger was not over yet. The unicorn also followed them and entered the mansion. As Elliot and Odell were trying to escape, another unicorn appeared in front of them. Both unicorns surrounded Odell. Odell calmly started talking to them. He spoke gently, and one of the unicorns calmed down a bit. But as soon as Odell tried to touch its horn, the other unicorn came from behind and attacked him. Odell died on the spot, and just then, Ridley came in with the baby unicorn. She wanted to return it to its parents, so that they would calm down and stop attacking humans. Even after all this, Elliot still didn't listen to Ridley. He said, "I'll call the police. They will be the ones to handle this problem." As soon as he brought out his phone, the network disappeared. Everyone got scared. Odell's wife also told Elliot to listen to Ridley. It would be best to return the little unicorn to its parents. Elliot hesitated, but Odell's wife had already made up her mind. She ordered the guard and the doctor to take the little unicorn outside and hand it over to its parents. But the doctor had made a very big mistake. He had cut off the little unicorn's horn. He thought it was nothing serious. He felt that maybe the other unicorns wouldn't even notice. Then after a while, the guard and the doctor took the little unicorn outside and placed it in front of its parents. As soon as the unicorns saw that their child's horn had been cut off, they went mad. The unicorn first attacked the doctor and killed him. The guard saw everything with his own eyes and barely managed to escape. As soon as Shepard found out about all this, he said that Ridley could hold off the unicorn for a while, and in that time, we could escape from here. Elliot was surprised and started asking why only Ridley could stop them. Shepard explained that the unicorns would never harm Ridley, because only Ridley never tried to take away their power. Everyone else has bad intentions, but Ridley always just tried to understand the unicorns. Now the situation became even scarier. Out of fear, Elliot went to Odell's wife and said that he didn't want to be a part of all this. He said that this is you people's fault and you should be the ones to fix it. At that very moment, strange changes started happening in Shepard's body. A bright light started coming out of his eyes and some unknown force began to control him. When Ridley and Elliot were trying to escape, Shepard came in front of them and caught Ridley. Just as he was about to harm him, both unicorns suddenly appeared there. Elliot and Ridley took advantage of the moment and ran off to one side. Meanwhile, Shepard and his mother ran off in the other direction. They still had the baby unicorn's horn with them. On the way, Shepard's mother asked him, "What's the plan?" To this, Shepard said that he won't run away leaving his home. He said that he would catch both the big unicorns. Then, by absorbing their magical powers, he would become the most powerful person in the world. But then Shepard looked at his device and was shocked. The unicorn's horn was missing. That's when the truth came out. Elliot had stolen the horn. He was now sitting with his daughter Ridley. Showing regret, he apologized to his daughter. With tears in his eyes, he said that he always paid more attention to his work. She kept telling him again and again, but he didn't listen to her. Ridley became emotional after hearing him. She cried and hugged her father. Just then, Shepard and his mother came running into the hall. But the unicorn chasing them caught Shepard's mother and killed her. Meanwhile, Elliot locked Ridley in the balcony so that the unicorn couldn't reach her. Then he himself moved forward and deliberately ran in front of the unicorn so he could draw its attention towards himself and give Ridley a chance to escape. After several attempts, Ridley managed to get out of the balcony. When she came out, she saw that the unicorn was chasing her father. It had made up its mind to kill Elliot. She was about to run away. Just then, Shepard suddenly appeared in front of her. He had an arrow in his hand. He threatened that Ridley should come with him. Helplessly, Ridley went with him to the courtyard. The little unicorn was also there. Just then, that unicorn's father arrived there. He was very angry, fully ready to take revenge. But as soon as he saw Ridley, his anger slowly started to calm down. He came closer and knelt down at Ridley's feet. Just as the unicorn was starting to trust them, Shepard took advantage of the moment and quickly tied the unicorn's legs with a rope. Ridley stopped him, saying that he was making a big mistake. But as usual, Shepard didn't listen. He arrogantly said, "I know what I'm doing. No one can stop me." Just then, another voice was heard. It was the unicorn's mother. Everyone turned to look. Elliot was standing with her. He had stopped the young unicorn with the power of its horn. But the surprising thing was that as soon as the mother unicorn came near Ridley, she also calmed down and lay down at Ridley's feet. In Ridley's presence, all the unicorns were completely calm. Seeing the opportunity, Shepard also tied her legs. Now, seeing this, Elliot burst out in anger. He picked up the horn and attacked Shepard. But Shepard was no longer like a normal human. The unicorn's blood had made him extremely powerful. He blocked Elliot's attack and struck Elliot hard with an arrow. Elliot fell to the ground. Ridley ran to him in panic. She cried loudly because Elliot was badly injured and bleeding. But before she could do anything, Shepard came to attack again. He picked up the unicorn's horn and moved forward to finish Elliot. Just then, the big unicorn broke the rope and became free. He ran with all his strength and kicked Shepard hard. Shepard flew into the air and fell to the ground, dying right there. Meanwhile, Elliot was also taking his last breaths. He held Ridley's hand and said softly, "Before I die, I want to know one thing. When you touched the unicorn's horn for the first time, what did you see?" Ridley wiped his tears and said that he saw some strange things. Things that the unicorn wanted to show him. Its word, its birth, its pain. Among all that, I also saw some memories of my mother. Those moments that you might have forgotten. Elliot smiled faintly. He looked into his daughter's eyes and said, "Forgive me, Ridley." And just a few seconds later, he died. Ridley kept crying, hugging her father tightly. She couldn't believe that she would never see him again. Then, a miracle happened. The unicorn's father stood calmly in front of Ridley. Then he joined his strength with the female unicorn, and together, using their magical powers, they created a bright light. That light fixed the broken horn of the young unicorn, and within moments, Elliot's wound started to heal. Slowly, he opened his eyes. He came back to life. Now, Elliot could also see everything that Ridley had said. Old memories, the truth, and that magical world. Elliot hugged Ridley tightly, and there was happiness and peace in both their eyes. It felt like everything was alright now. But just then, the mansion's door opened. A guard came inside, and the police followed behind him. They looked all around, but the unicorns had disappeared. The police arrested Elliot and Ridley and accused them of killing the Odell family. But Elliot and Ridley were not afraid. They were happy that they had helped the magical unicorn and saved its world. Then something shocking happened. The unicorn did not leave them alone. Using its power, it made Elliot and Ridley disappear